What's up? I'm doing this podcast for this space.
I got you. I, I missed it. I was busy. I wasn't able to get there.
No, you're good, man.
Yeah. So
Um,
we're just waiting on everybody to come in.
you want me to put on some badass intro music or
Sure,
we'll
go.
just no, I'm just playing. I can't make it come out very good on the space.
Oh,
My, I don't have my microphone on right now. I don't think it really works with spaces. I don't know how to get it to do what I want.
yeah, I gotcha. There's Misha. Misha, will this be going to TikTok?
No, I don't do TikTok stuff.
Oh. Well, then what the hell was Jimmy talking about?
I mean, I haven't used TikTok in months. Also, I can't put this on TikTok. It would get my TikTok actually suspended.
Yeah, that was one of my questions is that, you know, would they even allow us to do that?
Yeah, no, the account would get suspended like right away. But regardless of even if you did everything right, Clark, and I mean right by trying to skirt around it. Let's say you pissed off someone. Let's say you were talking about Israel, Gaza, for example. Like if you just said something, it pissed off someone, they can mass report it. Like it can literally just be a headline. So I just stay away from that stuff. And it's also mainly my art stuff. So I don't know what Jimmy wants to do with that stuff, but I don't know, I'm comfortable going live. I just I haven't really read the messages and whatnot. So right now it's on Rumble, I think.
Okay. Okay. Well, I just didn't know because of what he was saying earlier. He was acting like we were going to be putting our shows on there.
I mean, we can. Like the thing is, Jimmy is doing a lot of stuff on TikTok. If you want to put the show on TikTok, Park, I would support that and help you get the TikTok up and running. But I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do with this TikTok stuff on my head. I'm not planning to make money off TikTok. That's the thing. So if you guys want to make money on TikTok, then I think it sounds great. If Jimmy's already making money off of 200 followers, whatever, that's great. But I just don't have. I actually just don't have a lot of time, honestly, to stream to TikTok. The problem is, I'm on X, so I'm cool with like helping Jimmy and promoting Jimmy, and like maybe I can join Jimmy's streams to help him get people in. I think that's like what we'll have to do because otherwise, it's kind of like the problem is like I'm streaming all the time on X, and I can multi-stream, I guess, to TikTok. But it's not going to be pretty. It's not to be very organic because TikTok's not very friendly with the restream type services, and I won't be interacting with my community really over there as organically as if I was just using the app normally. So there's a few things where it's tougher for TikTok versus, for example, like YouTube, Twitch, Rumble. I can see all the comments right away super easily. TikTok, Instagram, pain in the butt to multi-stream.
YouTube is too.
Well, I was just curious because he was going on and on about it.
Clark, I do have. I can't remember if I told you, but I do have a way to get a podcast onto Spotify. Apple Podcast is pretty hard. Audible, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, even more. You can even do it for free.
Yeah, I think Misha's in the process of doing that actually.
Yeah, I got mine set up, and I can have multiple podcasts on there.
Very interesting.
What's up, guys? My
Yeah.
battery, I've been painting. I left my charger at home, so my battery might die. I'm on my way to the house though.
Did you get the tape on the floor, Drip?
Yeah, I got the tape on the floor, and I got part of it painted, not all of it. I would be done right now, but I got sidetracked with our space earlier. All good, all good.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. What's going on, guys? What's going on, Misha? What's going on, Clark? What's going on, Prez?
What's
How
up?
everybody doing tonight?
What's up, Drip?
I'm trying to go make something wet here in a little bit. You feel what I'm saying?
So, what?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, me.
Yeah, like I actually, Clark, I have no idea what Jimmy gets paid or whatever. Like, I'm not even monetized on TikTok. So like whatever Jimmy's talking about, guys, you have to go through Jimmy because like honestly, I can't tell you how to go through the monetization unless you wanted to do a creator shop. I looked at that, but like yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the TikTok live stuff.
I get paid
From my understanding, because I watched, before like this discussion even happened in our group chat, I had already looked at some stuff about, getting monetized on TikTok. From my understanding, before you can even really, get recognized, you have to get so many likes, which is not a lot. I think it's only like 2,000 likes, 1,500 likes, some shit like that. But you got to get those likes first. Then once you get those likes, then I think they'll start, then you can start.
If he's getting monetized in the lives, the issue is I don't like doing TikTok lives. Like I never do a TikTok live directly on it. So like, I'm looking at what Jimmy's doing. I'm looking at the DMs and it's like he's teaming up with our creators. Like the thing is, most of my audience is actually a lot of it's from like Florida politics. So it's like, I actually don't know. Like if I went live, it would be a mess. So I don't know. Drip, if you do music or Clark, you do music, that honestly would probably be a better match because what you can do is you can just play the music and stuff and people can tip. I don't know, but it's cool what Jimmy's doing.
Okay, so he's talking about through like the lives, yeah, not necessarily content creation like through pre-recorded videos.
Yeah, that's what I think Jimmy's talking about here because like I'm looking at it and there's like a couple of things where it's like he's on a few other creators, so like I think you're jumping on lives and whatnot, like that has to be it because like I'm looking at the videos, there's not like a ton of views on them, so I think he's making money just from the lives, which is cool. And I think that's something that actually needs to fix. Like, why can't Jimmy just get subscriptions right now? It still makes no sense.
Yeah, I can't either. And I'm in the ad revenue, but I can't get subscriptions yet. They're still waiting on that. It's crazy.
Right. And guys, do we want to get into some other stuff? As fun as it is to talk about X Society logistics and organization, it is a Friday night.
Yeah, it is Friday. We're here to party. And so let's get into some topics. What's going on in the world right now? Somebody speak.
I watched Trump get interviewed by the PBD podcast.
How did that go?
It went good. He was. I left off with him when I came to join the space. I left off with him talking about. Hold on.
What'd you say?
I was saying he was talking about criminal justice and shit for African Americans and how Van Jones, with tears in his eyes, came to the Oval Office and begged him to sign the criminal justice bill. Because Obama didn't do it, Bush didn't do it, Clinton didn't do it. Clinton did the opposite with Joe Biden.
Huh. Interesting. So Trump is going to do something that no one else was doing, huh? Sean is.
Damn, my brother's freaking bugging me. I'm trying to get him the hell out. I'm sorry. Can you ask me the question again?
So Trump is going to do something with the criminal justice system that no one else has done?
He already did.
Oh, he already did. Oh. What was that? What was that exactly?
I don't know the full extent, but I think he made it to where with parole, with with prison, you have to spend 65% of your time if you're good. But Trump made it 50, and I think he did a lot of parties for people who were innocent. So I should look up that bill a little bit more. I was just listening to what he was talking about what he was talking about.
I gotcha.
What do you think about Trump, Clark? Because I think there's good and bad about him.
There's good and bad. I don't like the remarks he made recently. You know, I think they're all in one big club and we're not in it. I really think that's what it is. So we can't vote ourselves out of what's about to happen, because as soon as Trump gets out, it's going to go back to being a shit show.
We can vote ourselves out of it.
It's already a shit show now. With all the inflation, the insecurity at the southern border, it's all pretty bad. It's bad with every president. And every president, Obama promised to be the big change candidate, and he did none of that. Trump promised infrastructure.
No, but he did forget people, though. He's the gay people's hero.
He did, but that's all. I mean, Obamacare was
all he did.
Dude, do you know about Obamacare?
Yeah, it's very. It allows people to get insurance, but then they have to pay deductibles out of pocket typically around $5,000 to $10,000. So that means they don't pay for anything until you pay $8,000. That's not healthcare to me. To me, that's not healthcare.
No, but
that's not insurance is paying for your. That's bullshit, is what that is.
Obama's goal was to try to get a public option for everybody, to where if you can't afford it, you would you'd be enrolled in a public option. But it got whittled down because of the donors, and it got turned into something that Romney did in his state of Massachusetts for his health care plan. It was the exact same one, but implemented nationally.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's crazy shit.
Yeah, nothing's going as planned.
No. Canada?
What's up, Callie? How are you?
Hi, Clark. Great to see you. Hi, Sean. You're full of Democratic talking points, and I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about, but it sounds like a bunch of maybe like misinformation.
Which part? Which parts, Kelly? Did Trump do something for did he do what he was talking about, the justice system? Did he do something for that?
Well, here's the biggest thing that actually, this is a really great question. The most important thing that Trump actually did was appoint justices into the Supreme Court, and that is a lifetime appointment. So in my opinion, that was one of his biggest accomplishments across the board. I'm not quite sure exactly what Sean has a problem, maybe with Trump. Either way, I'm okay with you. I just wasn't sure.
No, I don't have a problem with Trump.
Oh, okay, good.
I think that.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to vote
Sean,
for Trump.
are you voting for Trump?
Yeah, I'm going to vote for Trump. I just think that he has some.
Cool. He does have some issues, definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Here's the thing. Like, I love Trump, in a lot of his policies, but I definitely don't agree with a couple for sure. And I think it's important to call people out for what it is, whether it's like Democrat or Republican. So no, I don't think Trump is perfect. I think he did some things wrong, but I think overall for America, he's better than Kamala Harris. You know what I mean? That's
yeah,
where
and
I'm
the
at.
Democrat globalist regime.
Yes,
So
sir.
so
Exactly.
so why do we have to
I
keep
agree.
participating in this this two-tier party
And I
system?
agree with that too, though, Drip. But here's the deal: this is what we're dealing with right now. Until we like break the
But
system and fix
see,
it,
that's my thing, Callie. It's every time an election cycle comes around, that's what we're gonna say. It's this
right,
time, it's this time, it's this time.
right.
Instead of just
Every 4
putting your
years,
foot down and
yeah.
saying we're not gonna do this anymore.
So how do we actually? So this is actually a really good question. How do we break the system and start over? I mean, that would be really.
Someone would have to pay for a commercial, and you'd have to run a fucking real commercial during like the Super Bowl
right.
about how we shouldn't vote at all and how we need to take a stand and take America back. That's what you'd
Yeah.
have to do. Here's the issue, Drip, and here's the issue, Prez. I'm not against Prez being president. I would be hopefully his cabinet. And I'm not against me being president, as I have it in my bio. Vote for me. And I'm not against what Drip is saying, which is not participating. I'm for all of that. The problem is you're going to have 75, 80 million people voting for Trump this year, and you're going to have 60, 75 million voting the other way. So how do you tell those millions of people to not do what they're doing? That's the.
I don't honestly, Clark, I don't think so. I think this year is going to be very, very different. Just because you have all the millennials, you got all this newer era of voters. This is where things might start to change. The older crowd in this election system is starting to fade out. Now we have a newer cycle of voters, and I think this is going to be a different election cycle. I think things are going to get kind of spicy once we start getting closer to election day.
But think about this though. The younger voters aren't receiving their information like older voters did. They don't have 3 cable channels. Instead, they have thousands and thousands, maybe tens of thousands of X spaces and podcasts and YouTube channels, independent media that is just rising, and everybody has their own little following, and everybody has their it's kind of in a way a cult of personality, like Alex Jones, or someone like Donald Trump.
I like to say on the record that he's semi-cringe, and sometimes when I watch him, I'm like, wow, really?
Alex Jones?
Yes.
You don't like
cringe
Alex
a little
Jones?
bit. No, I think he's great, but he's a little bit too far out for me personally. You know what I mean? He's a little bit.
I think Alex plants seeds, because Alex is the one that woke me up back in like 2010.
Really?
And I grew away from Alex Jones. Alex Jones after like 2012. But Alex Jones taught me how to decipher out the bullshit in the news. That's what I think Alex Jones was good for. But you kind of grow away from that once you start to really get a better understanding of how this thing works.
So what do you think about him now? Do you think he's like a little bit on the fringe, which is what I meant to say, a little bit at this point? Or do you think he's right on it?
Honestly, I don't really trust him anymore. I don't really trust Alex Jones at this point.
Oh, if I can add, I kind of view Alex.
That's just me being real. Like, I think he might actually be like
with you. That's what I'm saying. I think he's fringe now. Misha, hi. Great to see you. That's all I wanted to say. I'll be quiet now. Sorry.
Misha, go ahead. You were just going to speak. Go ahead.
Yeah, Callie. I think something of Alex Jones as well is and I think he would agree with this. He considers himself to be an information giver, a news company, a news host, right? But I also think he would consider himself to be an entertainer in general, a performer in general. He's putting on a show, an experience, if you think about it. And part of I'm not exactly doing the same thing as Alex, but I can kind of relate to him because I play different characters on my streams and whatnot. So Callie, if you looked at some of my streams, you would probably think I'm certifiably insane. But in the context of the show, for kind of what I'm thinking of, for the viewing audience, my target audience, who's kind of gonna see it a different way, it's really effective. So I think Alex is kind of like a mix of entertainment and news. So kind of infotainment in a way, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like a lot of times oftentimes infotainment is the way that most people get their news nowadays.
And the thing is, all of the shows, have you guys seen one good, really good show like you used to watch when you were a kid, when you were growing up, that shows were really good, like South Park, Family Guy, and everything's just gone into the shitter, and that's kind of, and then now kind of I guess what you'd call infotainment is kind of taken over because everything's so damn boring. I don't know if you guys relate to that or have noticed that. But
Yeah, actually, I agree with that, and I agree with what Misha said. Bottom line is Alex Jones at the end of the day is an entertainer, so I totally agree with that. It's just like a shock factor type of stories. I think he's good. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of respect for Alex Jones because he broke the mold. He really did. So I appreciate that. But then sometimes with some of his stories, I'm like, okay, well, for me, it's fringe. And so I think he's great. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a little bit of an obvious grifter, which is what you should be to make money. So I think he brings a shock factor, which I think is great. Why not? Overall, I think he's good. I have more problems with the fake news media and the people that put out just misinformation, obviously. Even if Alex Jones is mostly entertainment, which I love, he's somewhat real news too. I have more problem with CNN, MSNBC that just put out fake news, make stuff up, hit pieces. Yeah, so I'll leave it at that.
Did you know he infiltrated the Bohemian Grove? Got past the security, FBI,
Yes.
Secret Service.
That was epic. It was
That
in
was
the
epic.
80s. That was everything. Actually, I watched it a couple of times, and that actually when I woke up to what's really going on, because I knew it was organic and legit. So yeah, that was, if no one has watched that, when he went and saw the owl thing and the whole thing, that stuff is scary. It's
It is
epic,
scary.
but scary. You still have to watch it though, just so you know what's really going on in the world. Plus, P. Diddy, that's all coming out, but let's see what happens.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. It's I don't know, it's wild. This is before the election. Everything is really crazy, but I enjoy it. In a certain way, I enjoy it. And I do like Alex Jones, and I'm actually really good friends with one of the commentators on that show. I'm not going to say who she is, but she's great. So, no offense to Alex Jones. I think his show is entertaining and really cool.
Trip, if you want to go, I think you have your hand up.
My bad. I was writing a message out. No, what I was gonna say, kind of what we had, talked on a little bit in Chris's and Vigilante's and Sean's space earlier, was how I think that a lot of these guys, like Elon Musk and just based off of Donald Trump aligning himself with JD Vance, which I also understand. Like Trump does align himself, like he's one of those guys that likes to put his enemies closer to him than his friends. So there could be that role playing out, but it's just the thing. It's just the ties to Mossad or to Israel that kind of has me in a like it kind of has me conflicted with where I'm at with him right now. But I think a lot of these guys like Joe Rogan, Alex Jones,
Candace
those are
Owens.
two of the main ones.
Candace Owens.
Candace Owens. I feel
you.
like these people are aligning themselves with these technocrat figures like Peter Thiel, Puppet Master. I feel like they're aligning themselves with these guys because people don't really know who they are yet. They are basically painting a picture of the old money, the old bank regime being the bad guys, using them as a smoke screen right now as they try to take power from them. And my thing is, are these guys the new guys on the block who have this thirst for freaking power, who didn't get a seat at the table with the old money because old money didn't think they were in a caliber or in a gentleman's type of degree of a person. They didn't think they were fit to be at the table. So because these guys would not allow them a seat at the table, they're trying to demonize them, take them down, cut their throats right now, while nobody really pays attention to who they are and what they're really doing. They're the ones that have the ability and have the power to put out all of this misinformation, all of this disinformation through technology. What is Elon Musk doing right now? Everything he's doing is all technology based robots. Whether their only use right now is memes, I don't know what the hell these robots are doing, but he's made it a distraction for people for a reason. But he has the ability to spread misinformation and disinformation about these old bank people, and that's what I'm kind of afraid of. Or is these guys actually getting the power? The old banks have been running this thing for a long time. At least we know how they operate. We have no idea how these technocrats are going to operate if they are able to take full power.
Hey, you guys.
Go ahead, Misha.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
I'm just busy. It's okay. Go ahead.
yeah, I think in regard, so not quite Peter Thiel level, but in regards to, I think, I think some people in what I'll call financial and technology donor circles, like some people in private equity and whatnot, they were, for a variety of reasons, they spoke very negatively about President Trump to me, like in such a bad way, where it's like, objectively, I can look at their interests now and decide, like, okay, they're helping, and I understand, like, legitimate help because they want something out of it. They want a favor or whatever. But the thing is, there's so many people that are trying to just, get something out of Trump. They don't necessarily agree with everything in the movement. They're willing to change their ideals, very much. And I think the important thing is, I think you kind of have to remember those people. And I don't mean reject help, but for example, would I want to go refer, like, to Trump's campaign someone that, like, said they wanted Trump to die of a heart attack and, like, berated me over messages on it? I don't think so. I think that would be like I think that would be pretty weird. Like, if you wish death upon him, I think that's a problem. But also realize, like, hey, JD Vance looked at the situation, and he, in the past, he had a pretty negative view of him. He said some negative stuff. You have to be able to answer that, I think. So, I think, Drip, with the Peter Thiel stuff, I don't think Peter Thiel, for example, views MAGA as something he wants to go help, or he wants to go help the average American. I honestly think Peter Thiel just wants to become massively, massively, massively wealthy. Like, and he already is, but I think he wants to be like a multi-trillionaire. And honestly, like, like I think that's what his incentive is and his goal.
And Trump has a history of surrounding himself with bad people. With people who give him bad advice or, want him dead or all of it. And he's not very good at judging it until it's too late.
Well, so I'll challenge that though. I think like what's important is what Trump is listening to and like what he's agreeing to with donors. So there's times where Trump will just take money and he'll buck the donors. I mean, you saw that in the first term. Like Trump was doing stuff donors didn't want, and actually Peter Thiel had a lot of issues with Trump. So very specifically, I'm talking about the Republican primary. I want to be clear. Peter Thiel was not with Trump and also not really with DeSantis. And I know this for a fact. He actually was staying much more on the sidelines. He then eventually was willing to entertain the possibility of funding a DeSantis campaign should he win the primary. And then I think, honestly, what happened is I think Peter Thiel is back in the mix because he's looking at this and saying, like, okay, so Trump's gotten through this. The polling's looking okay. Like, take the shot. It's better for me if Trump wins, right? If you're Trump, I mean, serious about this, like, and because I think sometimes people think Trump is an idiot, and I don't think that's fair. I just don't think that's fair because Trump does realize what some of these people around him want. He is trying to play some of these people, so Trump can see what Peter Thiel is doing, and this is a big enough amount of money, guys, where it's like there are advisors who are talking with him about literally the dynamic with people like Peter Thiel specifically. Like it's literally part of what he's thinking about in terms of like the overall strategy. So I think honestly, as long as Trump can understand how to get as much money to help his campaign while still like being able to avoid being, I don't know, used as a pawn for anti-American interests, I'm all for it. If Trump like raises money from communists to go destroy communism, like whatever, that's great.
So this is what I had to say on the Peter Thiel. Like this is my thing with how money works. Once you get so much of it, you stop really caring about getting any more because you've accumulated so much you can't really do much with it after a certain point. So then there comes the greed for power. That's where Peter Thiel is at. He has a greed for power. And it's the people in the background that don't really like for their faces to be shown. That's exactly what Peter Thiel is. He basically plays like, he's this person that really doesn't care about this stuff, but in reality he's paying people to be on the Democratic side and do things over on the Democratic side. He's paid people to go over on the Republic. He has people on both sides.
And also,
it doesn't matter.
Also, Drip, this is a man who went out of his way. And to be clear, this is wrong. He should not have been outed. Gawker did him wrong on this. I think it was incredibly wrong. And I'm actually glad Peter Thiel crushed him. But this is something where Peter Thiel, like, despite his persona and everything, wanted to stay out of it all. He got embarrassed in public, and he pretty much proceeded to fund lawsuits to get them driven into bankruptcy for outing him. So it's like, yeah, Peter Thiel is actually like so careful about his public image that he will get rid of the literal media outlet as a fuck you for embarrassing him, which is partly kind of super alpha, but also kind of concerning.
I think it's deeper than the embarrassment. I think it's deeper than the embarrassment, though. Like it's just to keep his name out of the headlines. Really, I don't think he really cares about being embarrassed because when he goes on public platforms, he tries to play like he's not as smart as he really is. When in reality, this dude is like way, 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 way more smarter than an Elon Musk is. Which is why he's in the position he's in, and Elon Musk is just basically like his little do boy.
Well, I don't know if I agree.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, here's the deal. From what I heard about Peter Thiel, is he's very wealthy and he pays people off and he's very smart. I'll leave it at that.
And my thing is, if you honestly just listen to, even though they try to paint Elon Musk to be this really smart person, just listen to him speak. He sounds about like me. He's probably as smart as I am in all reality. Yeah, he's a visionary. Yeah, he got ideas from books and shit he's probably read throughout the past and brought them into existence because he has homeboys like Peter Thiel to do so. And his daddy like had diamond mines out in freaking Africa doing freaking child slave labor and shit. So yeah, he has the money to make himself look like he's smarter than he really is. But the real smart ones are the ones that don't like to be in front of the camera. That's all I gotta say.
Well, Elon Musk, I just looked it up. Elon Musk has upwards of $200 billion. And that is nothing compared to what Google says is $11.3 billion, I think.
They're lying about Peter Thiel's money.
You think he has more money than Elon Musk?
Fuck yeah.
But he's gonna if Trump wins, Elon Musk is gonna be in the cabinet.
That won't affect Peter Thiel or Thiel, whatever his name is. The dude is rich. And when I say rich, like he's integrated, he's behind the scenes. He's telecommunications rich.
Super rich, and he makes deals with other people that are super influential, and he's got the money to do it. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, no, Peter Thiel, on top of everything else, he's very influential, right? Let's keep it real, right?
But I wouldn't say like Elon Musk is like a little boy compared to him, because if I think Elon Musk is smart in a way, but I think he's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, actually, I have to push back on what you said, Drip, because here's the deal. Elon Musk is very smart, but he's almost like too smart for his own good. So he's a little weird, and he acts really weird, and he talks really weird. It's like, crazy. But I actually have a brother who's very much like Elon Musk, and they're very different, and they're like eclectic and they tune and they talk differently, but they're extremely smart. They're like the visionaries. Like if I were to tell you what
He's
my
autistic.
brother,
He's pretty much, he's high functioning.
correct.
Yeah.
He's high functioning.
Right. Like if I told you what my brother created, you would be like, yeah, he's autistic. So yes, I mean that when you're too smart for your own good, you become a little weird. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's not.
That's why I said he reminds me of me, because that's also myself.
Right.
Like
a little weird.
because I have issues with speaking publicly. Like I can make like it comes out a lot differently in my head, but whenever I like start putting words in front of people, it comes out completely opposite of what I wanted to come out. Just because of that social it's a social thing.
Right.
So,
and it doesn't make you less intelligent than other people. You know what I mean? It makes you intelligent. So just because you don't have that,
I'm not saying that he's not intelligent. I'm just saying I don't think he's as smart as people are painting.
Probably
like he's supposedly this genius, like a Stephen Hawkins or a Albert Einstein, but he's not on their level. That's what I'm saying.
Right. And he's a little scary, right? With like the neuro stuff and wanting to put like chips in you and like all the technology. Let's keep it real. He's a little
let me ask this. Okay. So why does he not, and if he is really about the people and truth and all that, so why does he lie about us going to the moon? Like this is where I'm at. Like we can't break through that atmosphere, and all you got to do is watch his rockets and see that they're trying to figure out how to break through the atmosphere, but they can't break through that barrier. So what's up with continuing to carry out? Which this is I'm just saying something. This is my opinion. My perspective. I don't think we've ever been to the moon. If you actually like pay attention to those videos and shit, you can tell that it's fake as hell.
Probably not. We probably didn't.
If we had been to the moon, why have we not been back? It has been how many years? And our technology is way, 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 way beyond what it was back then. Why have we not been back?
Stream this movie when you get the chance. It's called Fly Me to the Moon. It recently came out with Scarlett Johansson, and it was literally about the U.S. government filming like the moon landing and stuff. It's a rom-com, but it works. So I think your wife and you would enjoy
Is
it.
someone talking right now? Who's
Yeah, I am,
talking?
Clark. I'll move down and back up.
Okay, I gotta drop Misha real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that movie out because I love stuff like that. But that's my thing. Like I don't, earlier in the space we were having, my thing was like evil is evil. It doesn't matter if it's lesser evil, more evil. Evil is evil, and if you're participating in that evil, you're still evil at the end of the day.
Can I say something about the Neuralink?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm actually completely blind, and the Neuralink claims to help with vision loss and helps you regain that vision in some type of way. I would be down to try that. I would be down to try something like that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay,
you.
so you'd be
Yeah,
down
we
to
can hear
try
you.
something like that?
Yeah, but
I would
I'm
too. If
complete-
I was in your
I'm completely
situation,
blind.
I would
Yeah.
too. If I was completely fucking blind and you're telling me I could see again, I would do it too.
Yeah.
Even if it meant putting a chip in my brain, I would do it.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen the technology they have where they don't have to put anything into your brain and it does something to like help rebuild like certain neurons and stuff?
I've not heard of that.
Yeah, there's some new technology. A homeboy of mine actually like posted the link for it not too long ago. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Yeah, you can post it in the replies, and people will see it, or you could read it. It's up to you.
So this is interesting.
Oh my
Go
God,
ahead, Kelly.
Sean. So I'm
What'd you say?
sorry.
Go ahead,
So
Kelly.
I was gonna say, thank you. If you can do that, Sean, that like actually opens my eyes to like a whole nother level. Like, why not do it?
Yeah,
That
it's
would be
not like-
awesome. I'm so for it. I'm actually excited. I hear your story on that. That's crazy. Awesome.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't know you were blind, man. I didn't know we had a guy in here who couldn't see. So you can't see my picture, can you? You can't see it.
No,
That's
is my
crazy.
video on?
That's crazy.
My video's not on, is it?
No, there's no video.
Okay. But no, I can't see the but I can do like the spaces
God damn, man.
I do my podcast completely independently.
You ever listen to the movie Hear No Evil, See No Evil?
No.
You should definitely check out that movie. It's with Richard Pryor and help me out. Who's the other guy, guys? What's that guy's name? Anybody know? He was a very famous.
My bad. I'm looking. Is it the dude that plays Willy Wonka?
What's his
Is it
name?
that guy? I
Yeah,
can't think of his name.
he's in it,
but,
and
yeah,
one
the
of
guy that
them's
plays.
deaf and one of them's blind, and they go on an adventure because of something they found, and they get involved with like a gang and stuff, and it's hilarious, absolutely hilarious. You should definitely watch it.
Yeah, I'll check it out, bro. That sounds really cool.
Yep, Hear No Evil, See No Evil with Richard Pryor.
Man, nobody has cable anymore. I gotta see if it's on one of the
Yeah, you
streaming
gotta
services
see if
I
it's
have.
on. Yep.
Yep.
It's worth it to rent it if you can. If your only option is to rent it,
Yeah.
it's worth it.
Yeah, it's like $4 to rent it for like 2 days.
It's a good movie, classic.
At least you don't have to bring it back to the movie store and get a late fee if you if you get sick or something like that.
Yep, that's true.
It just goes right back.
So what else we got, guys? Prez,
Hey,
Kelly.
you guys, I have to. Yes. So I have to go, but I love you guys, Sean. Nice to meet you, and you guys have a great night. Okay. Take
Okay,
care.
you too,
Thanks,
Kelly.
Kelly.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Thank you
Always
for
love
coming in.
the pushbacks I get to do.
Wait, I missed that. What? What happened?
I said I always love the pushbacks I get to do with you. So yeah.
Exactly. Thank you, Clark, for having me. A great space.
Oh, thank you for
Sean,
coming. Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah,
I wish
totally
you the
good.
best. Like, really, if Neuralink works for you, I'm all with it. Have a good night, you guys.
You too.
Bye.
See you, Kelly.
And I'm still looking for this tweet. Just give me a moment. As soon as I find it, I'm gonna post it, and I'll also read it so we can figure out what's going on with this new tech where they don't have to actually cut your skull open and put something inside of your freaking brain.
Do we still call it a tweet?
No, it's called a post.
Did I say tweet?
Squeak.
Did I say tweet?
They call it a squeak.
Man, I had a space with Vigilante earlier. It was fun. He was funny as hell. He was telling us all his some of his stories. He's got crazy stories, man. He was really fun to talk to.
You know, hey, and I was gonna give an input on the telepathy by Neuralink. I'm all for it, but knowing Elon Musk, I know damn well the guy's got a negative intention behind it, even though it's for the positive. It's for I'm all for Sean getting it, but I'm not for a bald guy with muscles getting it.
That makes sense. So it's like, you wouldn't give
Brad Pitt.
you wouldn't give Brad Pitt Neuralink. What do you think like a bad intention would be? To like control us and make us like work for his Tesla factories, or I don't know.
No, I think the bad thing is he's putting it on somebody that knows damn well they don't have any problems or any type of complications, and making them go out and play basketball or some shit.
And it just fucks them up, or what? You think
Yeah,
that's
or
the
either
case?
you put it on a soldier. You don't want them on soldiers. That's another thing. I think that's what the future is for. Somehow, some way, the military's got their hands on the same exact thing and the same exact design. And I know somewhere out there that they've probably been doing more human testing than what they've really, put it in a description.
Well, they also have. We were talking about this earlier. We were talking about animal human hybrids grown in cow uteri, and you can look
Yeah.
that up, like, because it sounds fucking crazy, right? It's like, oh, there's no human, they're not doing that, and they're technically called chimeras, and you can find it on the New York Times. Just search it up.
Yep. Yeah, I remember we were talking about that earlier. The spider goat. The goat that can spin silk out its ass. That one
Spider
is a
goat.
little trippy.
That is a little trippy. Spider goats. I'm just fucking with you. I can do a pretty good Alex Jones imitation.
Yeah, you do a damn good Alex Jones imitation. Like, do it for us real quick because that shit's pretty
Dude, it
funny.
was funny. Christina was telling me the other day that she was like, take a shot. I was like, Mommy, Daddy, don't make me drink the nasty juice. I was just fucking around because like I was kind of fucked up too. I was just I don't know why. It was just hilarious. I enjoyed it.
Oh, as long as you enjoy it, that's what counts.
You know what? It's hard to find good entertainment lately. A lot of boring shit out there. So you got to entertain yourselves.
Well, especially with the politics, man, that can eat up your whole life. I've watched people's families get ripped apart because of politics, man. And right now is the worst time. The worst time.
Even worse than 2016. I think 2016 was the worst.
No, this is his basic comeback. They're doing this like he's just coming off an injury. Well, he is. He got shot in the face. Um, so yeah, this is worse than 2016 because I have a feeling if he doesn't win, we're definitely going to see people riot and do all types of crazy shit. Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's without a doubt. They've already started it in these groups, and I've been in a few spaces where people were talking about going and tearing up shit, and I just said to myself, man, has elections really brought us to that where it's become a popularity contest instead of actually voting?
yeah, but on the other side though, you don't think that they've got rioters geared up on the other side if Kamala Harris doesn't win?
Oh, yeah, but not to the extent. Listen, no offense, but I've noticed from this election that some of these Democrat people are really soft. I mean, cookie dough soft. So I don't see them. I don't. I mean, if the Democrats lose, I don't even see them trying to honor Donald Trump's presidency. To be honest, I don't think they'll allow it if he ends up winning. I think they'll find some way to try to screw him out. And the only way is, normal, what the saying goes, by force.
And in fact, Jamie Raskin was saying that if Trump uh, won the election in the 76 days before his inauguration, that they would implement civil war conditions.
Makes sense.
Did anybody see that?
No, I didn't. What'd they say?
It was Jamie Raskin, and you know who he is, the head of the January bitch committee.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. He just acts like he's like so terrified, like of the like he's never had that type of confrontation before. I bet he's never been mugged on the street. But anyway, he said um, that if Trump were to win, that civil war conditions would be implemented.
They did just give the military the right to kill United States citizens.
They did?
Yep, they did.
What the hell?
Yep.
What the?
They said you can kill any citizen that uprises and tries to take over. If they don't follow the rules, you can shoot them. If they start an uprising, you can shoot them. It's the first time in our history that they've ever weaponized the military against us.
Yep, and they're weaponizing the justice system against Trump and other people.
Yep.
We live in crazy times, man. I've never seen the world this bad. I mean, you can
Yeah.
ask
Well,
anybody. I'm pretty sure
they're worried.
they've never seen.
They're worried if that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
So they're trying to kill Trump, is what's going on. They're
Yeah, and they're
trying to
doing it
kill him.
nonchalantly.
They think he's gonna win. They're sure that even with their fraud, that even with the illegal aliens voting, even with all of that, it's showing. The polls are still showing that Trump is going to win.
Yep.
And I just read earlier that sorry to cut you off, Sean. I just read
No,
earlier
no.
that at the voting thing, some dude voted for Donald Trump, and it came out as he voted for the Kalama Harris or Calamity, whatever the hell you want to call her. Fucking it said he voted for her, so a couple people did it for, so they had to redo all the ballots at the one spot that this guy was voting at. I wonder if I could pull up this article, but it was Alex Jones that posted it, and then along with a couple other actual credible news sources. I said, "What the fuck? Are they going this far to even?" Because I remember last time there were dead people voting.
Yeah, and I saw that too. I saw that. I saw that clip. It was a 30-minute segment with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and they were talking about it.
Very interesting. Jared, why aren't you talking today? Where did Jared go? He fucking left, that motherfucker. He didn't talk today. So Chris, I'm sorry I missed your space, brother. I was busy at work, too busy. I didn't even get the message.
It's all good, dude, because I got booted out of the space anyways. I wasn't I said something. Soon as Drip asked me a question, I went to go respond and it was about a critical point. Then boom, X shut me out. It blocked me out and I couldn't get back into space. It was said unable to fetch space. So we're all right. We ran another one, but I couldn't go back to the vigilante thing out of fear. Like I said something a little too deep.
Man, you know what?
Okay, I found it, guys. I found it. If y'all want me to read the article for y'all, I will read it.
Go ahead.
And crazy thing, they're using light. So y'all want me to read the article?
Yeah, go ahead, Drip. Drip, go ahead. You muted yourself.
I bet I had to get it pulled up really.
Voted for Donald.
You muted yourself.
I bet I had to get it pulled up really. Yeah, I had to get it pulled up really quick. So, turning brain cells on using the power of light. Rochester researchers have refined the non-invasive method of bioluminescent optogenetics to activate parts of the brain. It's written October 3rd, 2024, University of Rochester Medical Center. Summary: researchers have developed a non-invasive way of using bioluminescent optogenetics to activate parts of the brain. All right, University of Rochester researchers have demonstrated a non-invasive method using BLOG, or bioluminescent optogenetics that harness light to activate neurons in the brain. The ability to regulate brain activation could transform invasive procedures such as deep brain stimulation that are used to treat Parkinson's disease and other neurological conditions. The advantage of this new technique is that it can create brain activation without the use of an implanted device in the brain to deliver physical light. According to Manuel Gomez Ramirez, an assistant professor of brain and cognitive sciences, and with the university's Del Monte Institute for Neuroscience, and the senior author of the study, which appears in the Journal of Neuroimage, blog is an ideal method for non-invasively teasing apart neural circuits in the brain, says Emily Murphy, the first author of the study and manager of the haptics lab led by Gomez Ramirez. There are still so many things to learn about the structure and function of distinct brain areas and neuronal cell types that will help us understand how healthy brains function. How to turn on a light without a switch. To turn on a light in the brain, researchers need a few tools. The first one is optogenetics, an established research technique that uses light to activate or inactivate cells in the brain. The next tool is bioluminescence, the same chemical reaction that gives a firefly its glow, which provides the light optogenetics needed to work. Combining these tools creates the material needed for blog, but in order to work, blog still needs something to turn on the light. The organic substance luciferin, that's what it's called. The substance is called luciferin. When combined with bioluminescence, creates light that activates the optogenetics and modulates cellular response in the brain without an incision. Previous work by Gomez Ramirez has shown that the chemical luciferin is harmless to the body. The researchers in the haptics lab tested this combination. They put blog into a predetermined brain region in mice. They then injected luciferin through a vein in the animal's tail to activate the targeted cells in the brain. They found that blog effects occur rapidly in the brain, but that these effects could be controlled by scaling the dosage of the luciferin in the animal. Fine-tuning bioluminescent optogenetics. The advantage of this technique is we can create brain activation without a cable. There is less risk for infection and other things to go awry because it is a non-invasive method. Gomez Ramirez says, if we want to standardize this technique in the lab and potentially in the clinic, it is critical to map all the important parameters around using it. These latest findings allow us to now work on fine-tuning the desired effects of blog based on need and requirements. Researchers were also able to track the neuromodulation effects of blog through the bioluminescent activity, another potential feature of this method that could provide insight into how the brain works. The Alfred P. Sloan Foundation supported this research. And that is the article. So
that is so
fuck you, Neuralink.
That is so fucking complex, though. I understand that like they're using light to turn on cells in the brain and shit like that, but I don't understand like the process and shit.
Yeah, because that's straight up. That's straight from the university. That's straight article straight from the university.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there is like the original article I seen. Like I couldn't find his. I'm pretty sure it breaks it down into more
simplistic,
basic terms that people can understand. But this is letting you guys know they done figured out a way to do what Elon Musk is doing, with going like cutting it into your skull.
So what is it? Reflecting light from other light, kind of like how you use a mirror to switch on certain things.
It's using some substance. They said it's the same thing that lightning bugs use to create their glow. It's called luciferin, like Lucifer. Luciferin. They're using this substance to reignite neurons in the brain. So basically, it's like taking a lighter and lighting a fuse on a firecracker, basically, from my understanding.
Sounds complex, man. But that's a lot less painful than getting your skull cut open and a chip put on it.
Yeah, they're just injecting some type of substance. It's like you're not getting cut open. They're injecting this substance called luciferin. I don't know where. Like they did it in the mice. They injected it through the tail. So it seems like they can inject it pretty much about anywhere, and it's going to, I guess, travel its way into the brain to do what it needs to do. Because they said they can direct it to go wherever it needs to go.
See, and the Neuralink thing, though, here. I guess this is a positive you could find within this, the pain in that guy was out of the first Neuralink patient, the guy in the wheelchair. He was out the same day. They said the surgery happened in the morning. He was out by like the evening or something. So you can leave the same day, but if you can't deal with pain, I wouldn't. I'd try that. I tried the light route.
So Perez, could you like, feel it like, basically tell us what you know about the stuff that went on with Neuralink and the people that they use to experiment or basically try to test it out on to make sure everything was going? Because if I remember correctly, like you had told us, there were a lot of issues with that during those phases.
Brez, you there?
I don't think Prez with
Brez?
but yeah. like I'm pretty sure they make you sign a waiver before you even have to get this procedure done, because you could die.
Oh, for sure.
You
Yeah.
you could die. So that's just my thing. Like, would I rather, like, okay, we have this technology that they don't have to cut into your skull and implant something into the brain, but instead give you a shot of something that will travel its way to your brain to basically repair the part that you're having issues in, which is essentially the same thing Neuralink is doing, just without the chip.
Very interesting. We are at closing time, so do we want to wrap this up?
We got to do 2
Yeah, I
hours.
got some things.
It's Friday. It's a party. We got to do 2 hours. No, I'm just playing.
What do you think, Drip?
I told you I'm trying to go get something wet tonight. So
Got to get
Brutally
it wet.
honest.
Well, that's why Jared wasn't saying anything. He's getting ready for drip. He's laying out the rose petals. Like, drip, it's gonna be a full evening. We promised Jared we would get him wet, so we wait out all
dang
this
it, Misha, you wasn't supposed to say nothing. We got to keep this type of stuff on the DL, bro.
All right, guys. So any questions? Any questions from anybody? We never have questions lately.
And, may I mention something real quick just before
Yeah,
you end the
sure.
pod?
Go ahead.
I just want to tell the audience, I know I put a reply in there. Go check out my podcast, the Fuck Podcast. It stands for Fun, Uncensored, Captivating Knowledge, political, comedy, conspiracy, you name it, we do it. Just wanted to say
Awesome.
that. Thank you.
Awesome, brother. You're
Hold on, I
welcome.
got one question. Misha, what the hell are you over there eating? What? That looks delicious. Where'd you get that?
It's a local barbecue place. I got it was $28. Came with ribs, pulled pork, some turkey. Got sides of onion
God
rings and some
damn,
cornbread.
Misha.
Yeah.
You
It
didn't
was
invite
delicious.
me? Where's
Well,
my invite?
Well, Clark, I mean, you said yesterday
Chris,
that Callie was going to be sending you stuff in the mail, right? Like you're getting
Oh,
fish and rice sent to you by Callie. I assumed you were already eating.
Oh,
see, that's
Misha,
what
real
happens,
quick.
Misha. You snitch me out, then Chris snitched you out for all that food. We about to come. We about to come.
What's up, Misha? Let me get a rib.
Misha, did you get started on the cover yet, or still waiting?
We're working that this weekend, Clark. It is Friday,
Okay.
so we'll get to it. But yeah, I've been
Awesome.
thinking about the concept. It's gonna be awesome.
Excited. I'm so excited.
It's gonna be kick ass, man.
Awesome. Very excited. So excited. So go ahead, Drip, with your closing.
Yeah, it's been a real one, guys. I enjoyed it as usual. Everyone, thank y'all for coming out. Ace, good to see you. Chris, had a great time speaking with you both times tonight. Prez, I know you're not here with us for real, but you're here in spirit. So I always got love for you, Prez. Both Prez. Sean, it's been a real one. I'm glad I met you, man. You're a real one, bro. Q, good to see you again. Definitely would love to hear your input on some of this stuff we're talking about, because that's what this is all about. We're trying to hear everyone out. Like we're trying to put together like this real round table.
Sean, Drip has horns out of his head. He was mutated at birth, and he's got horns sticking out of his head.
Was he the guy at the Capitol? Was he the guy at the Capitol?
Bro, y'all gonna have to quit snitching me out, dude. Y'all gonna have to stop snitching.
Dude, the only
I
thing
had to tell the blind guy what you looked like.
Stop snitching. You're doxing me right now.
Any of you guys, I'm happy to have you guys on the podcast or on the space.
We appreciate it, brother. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Of course.
Definitely you can DM me or something, and maybe we can do something.
Sounds
So
good.
hit up my DMs.
I
And
will.
Misha, go ahead. Your turn.
Yeah, I would say a lot of this stuff sounds cool as well. Keep in mind, guys, people introduce stuff and things that are, saying, working on it. I think it's awesome. Also, I get sent a ton of stuff. So it's not that I don't think you're cool or interesting, but sometimes it takes me a little bit of time to get around to a show. Just like for Clark, we're making a cover for his book, but it takes a little bit of time to do that. So, if you have an interesting idea, you want to put something out there, that's kind of what next best topic is for. So bring your best self to it, or if there's something cool that you want to suggest for the show or make it into the show. I don't know, you want to do a sketch, type thing in the show, propose it. That's, I think, something cool about next best topic. It gives Clark and Drip the flexibility where if they want to just have a chill space vibe, they can do it. If they want to have a focused conversation, say I don't know, debate coverage, they can do that. If they want to literally just make it a sketch comedy for a night, whatever, then I would be cool with that as well. So anything is interesting to me. Clark, that's it on my end. And everyone has a great weekend. See you next time on Monday.
Much love,
Thank
fam.
you, brother Mitra. Oh, Prez, there you are. We were missing you. I was calling on you earlier. It's okay.
What I missed? What happened? What I missed?
Well, we're at the end, but we were trying to ask you about information you might have. Real quick before we end it, Drip, what was that about? Let Prez talk about it.
Neuralink.
Oh yeah, the Neuralink stuff. Whenever they were going through the testing phase, wasn't there some issues that went on, as far as
People died.
deaths that happened?
Yeah, people died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
So
the guy
the only
that
only
has one
people we're
that-
kind of hearing about are the ones that it was successful with.
correct.
That's
Yeah,
what it seems
there's one successful patient that we know of so far, and he's rapidly advancing the capabilities of the technology. But there's been more than one death after the surgeries.
Wow. All right. So that's what we got on that one. And Misha, can you guys hear the music I'm playing right now?
No, I
No.
can't, Clark.
Oh, that sucks because I was playing my music hoping it would play in the background and it's not picking it up. That sucks.
Put it on the speaker. Do you have like a Bose speaker? That's how I do. That's how I do it.
No, I don't. Well, I do, but I'm playing a video game, so I can't use it like that.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
also, guys,
X has filters.
guys,
X has filters to filter out music for copyright reasons. They have automatic filters that filter that stuff out.
Well, I own this. I could do it.
And
I
there's no
understand
copyright
that you own
music.
the music and the rights and everything, but I think that they, for purposes like X already has all that built into their software suite, and they don't allow music to run in the background. Like they filter it out as automatic filter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's to prevent copyright infringement so that they can't get sued. They're trying to cover their own ass.
But the thing is, there's non-copyright music on YouTube. You can just search it up. There's like metal and shit like that. You can good intro music, cinematic kind of trailer music. So.
All right. Well, all right. So we heard from Drip his closing statement. We heard Misha's closing statement, and we got the word from Prez. So it's my turn now, and we are at the end of the show. This has been another great episode. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you, everyone who showed up. Thank you, everyone who spoke. Hey, Ace, it's great to see you, brother. And this has been another episode of the X Society Truth Tellers Nightclub. Next best topic: stay classy, America.